What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Matthew Wilson, your future favorite sportscaster, and we're here for another edition of Jets Roundtable, Jets versus Dolphins post-game reaction. And I know I sound pretty positive to start out, but that's pretty much where the positivity ends. This will not be like how it was last video. Last time you guys saw me, I apologize. I haven't been here for a week. I actually caught COVID. So be careful. That thing, it's still around. It's still around. And just got over it a couple days ago, but apparently I'm sick again. For the Jets' performance today, they lose to another winless team in the Miami Dolphins that it was projected we would be better than. This turns out that's not the case. Before this game even happened, if you guys could also go to Jets Roundtable on TikTok. That's why I kind of do like a little quick analysis, quick predictions before the game. Make sure you go follow us there. And if you're watching, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe here. You guys are part of the family. Comments will be read after the end of this video, and I'm gonna get in the comment section. I'm gonna react to them, man. You know, because I feel you guys are family. You guys suffer along with me, and we definitely appreciate you. Without you guys, we have nothing here at Jets Roundtable. So you guys are family. I love you guys, and I feel like we could vent together here. But there's nothing really too much to vent at. Like I said before the game, I predicted that I didn't know what the Jets were going to be. And I figured this was going to be a game where we figured out who exactly we were, and we see who we are. We're exactly who we thought we were. We're 0-14. We've over-evaluated the talent of this team. And I'm going to just go ahead and say it. The Jets are trash. That's who they are. That's not me being too harsh on them at this point. That's not me giving up on my team, because I'm going to still be a Jets fan until the day I die, even though the Jets may cause that one day out of stress. It's just who we are. And I think it's time for people to look in the mirror and be honest about who we are as a Jets team. And we're a bad football team. That's just who we are. I said before the game that I figured the Jets could win this game, yes, and get things back on track. But on the other side of that, starting to look like the Jets could be the team that the Miami Dolphins will be able to rebound against. Kind of looks like that's who we are. Mike McDaniels is coaching for his job every other week. There's been a lot of pressure on Tua this week about who he is as a quarterback. I knew that the Jets secondary has been god-awful all year long. And having to guard Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle was going to be a nightmare for him. And what I didn't expect, though, was the Jets to be so bad that Darren Waller would get 2 touchdowns. Darren Waller hasn't even been in the league, guys. He hasn't been in the league, but he's a superstar when he faces the Jets. That's how bad we are, guys. That's how bad we are. And I didn't like what I saw from Aaron Glenn today. I'm going to be honest with you. There was a few plays that I did not like. I didn't understand press coverage on Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on third downs. You know, you can't hold anybody. I don't understand why you would do that. The Jets were going for it on fourth down when they had an opportunity to kick a field goal. We see that Nick Folk can make the field goals from 50 yards. They took the ball out of his hands, and the Jets had to go into halftime 10-3 when it should have been 10-6. Maybe they would have had more momentum, but it's hard for me to say that because this Jets team looks lifeless. Looks lifeless. And like I said, I didn't like what I saw from Aaron Glenn because staring on the sideline, you could even see in Aaron Glenn's face, he looks like he regrets being the coach of the New York Jets. And I can't blame him. I can't blame him. It's hard for me to sit up here and defend him against the Jets, against Jets fans wanting them fired. It's really hard for me to defend him this week. It's almost impossible for me to. I don't think they should. I think it's insane to fire him because I honestly believe that we overrated who this Jets team talent was. And the worst part of why I can't defend them is because, yeah, they look really bad against the Buffalo Bills in week 2, but this team is getting worse. They're not getting better. And his messaging after the game of, yeah, we got to get better. We know the mistakes that we got to correct. We can't turn the ball over. We can't turn the ball over. We can't have penalties. It's getting worse. And I get that he's a first-year head coach, but the Jets aren't supposed to be this bad. I'm sorry. There's nothing in my mind, or that was in my mind before the preseason, to make me think that the Jets were going to be this bad. And I understand what I picked them to go. So maybe the egg's on my face here. Maybe my pride is hurt because of what I predicted the Jets that their record to be. But I don't even think we could, at this point, with the way we're playing, it doesn't even look like the Jets are a 5-win football team. We're getting worse. And I thought about this. It's amazing how 3-4 years ago we were top 5 defense. We were a top 5 defense 3-4 years ago. The regression of this team really needs to be studied defense-wise. A lot of people hated Robert Saleh, but they didn't look like this. And a lot of pieces that we had under that previous regime are still there. No, we predicted Sauce Gardner to be a superstar, but he's not earning his contract right now. He's not. So, I mean, what more can you say about this Jets team? I mean, let's go over some stuff. Let's go over some stats. All right. The Jets are terrible, man. The Jets are terrible. This is how bad the Jets are, just looking at the stats here. The Jets have more yards than the Dolphins, more passing yards, more rushing yards, more yards per play, but 13 penalties for 101 yards. How undisciplined can this team possibly be? I don't even have words for it at this point. All you can do is point to talent. That's if you want to defend Aaron Glenn here. If you want to blame Aaron Glenn and say, hey, your team's not listening to you, they're not responding to your message guy, it's fair. But on the other side to that, you can preach a message to your team as much as possible. But if they don't have the talent to take said message and then execute on the field, I mean, what more do you want the guy to do? What more do you want him to do? 13 penalties for 101 yards. 3 fumbles lost. 3 of them. Breece Hall fumbled on the 1-yard line. The one bright spot the Jets had was their first drive. Breece Hall fumbles on the 1-yard line. Those are points taken away. Justin Fields tries to do too much on like a 3rd and long. He fumbles there, gets sacked. He fumbles there. Another fumble from Justin Fields. A terrible fumble from Justin Fields. And can't even think of the punt returner's name now. Williams. The Jets are 10-3 going into halftime. Everybody's like, hey, Aaron Glenn said before he left the field, hey, the positive thing is we're only down 10-3, and even though we're playing undisciplined football, we get the ball back at halftime, we'll be better in the second half. Nope. I'm in the middle of making a halftime recap, and I'm trying to recap the first half, and I look up, and the Dolphins have the ball again, because Williams fumbles on a kick return. Are we going to cut him now? Maybe we should. Because on one of the Jets' last drives, they punted the ball, and he decides to fair catch the ball at the 2-yard line. It's this team is unbelievable, man. And I don't want to yell because As you can tell, I'm still not 100%, but this team, man, this team is mind-boggling. 13 penalties for 101 yards is insane. It's insane. And it's really tough to see who you blame. This defense is god awful. God awful. There was a nice play from Quentin Williams. He got like a strip sack, or he caused the fumble, but of course the Jets can't seem to find their way to getting a turnover. They can turn the ball over fine, but they can't get the other team to do it. Sauce Gardner had another pass interference. His defense is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Justin Fields played okay today. 20 for 27, 226 yards, a touchdown. Breece Hall, 14 carries for 81 yards, 5.8 average. But hey, look, man, I'm not sure what it is with them with Breece Hall either. Because at halftime, Breece Hall had 7 carries for 53 yards, 7 yards a carry. And they still refuse to give him the ball. So who knows what's going on there? It's a contract year for Breece Hall. Maybe that's what it is. They don't want to pay him. So maybe that's why they're not giving Breece Hall the ball. I don't know what's going on with this Jets team, man. We're just a bad team. We're just a bad team. Garrett Wilson had 6 receptions, 82 yards for a touchdown. Mason Taylor was the only other guy with 5 receptions for 66 yards. But they have nobody else to throw the ball to but Garrett Wilson and possibly Mason Taylor. And I said this after week 2. Maybe the Jets need to go on the market and go and get Garrett Wilson another receiver, because he's getting double teamed the whole time. There's no reason to guard anybody else on this Jets roster. Anybody else. The only other receiver to catch a pass was Adam Lazard. And why is he still here? Aaron Rodgers is gone. Then Adam Lazard had a offsides or a false start. How do you false start as a wide receiver? Can we send this guy home? Or the way he's played, I doubt we can get a draft pick for him. Can we please get Adam Lazard off of this team? Please. Obviously, the veteran presence isn't working. There's no messages being heard from him. Why is he here? The production's not here. There's just mistakes. There's no clutch catches. There's nothing from Adam Lazard. Why is he here? Does he have something on somebody in the organization? Everything about this Jets team is just terrible right now, man. It's just terrible. And I know I'm supposed to get up here for 45 minutes and give you guys a full breakdown analysis and have like a full show, but after week of this terrible football, what more can you say other than we're a bad football team? And I love Richie, man. Richie's trying to hold it down. Richie's our guy here. Richie's trying to hold it down. I remain positive and I remain to have hope. There's nothing to be positive about with this team. I'm sorry. There's nothing to be positive about here. The New York Jets are just a bad football team. Every bit of the 0-4 that it says we are. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. Let me see if I could pull up the schedule, and then we'll get to Aaron Glenn's comments, his post-game comments, and we'll dive into that to see see if we agree with what he's saying or anything like that. But let's get to the Jets schedule real quick because we're 0-4. Right? Next week we have the Cowboys. The Cowboys just tied with the Green Bay Packers. That offense put up 40 last week, and there's nothing in this Jets defense unless Jarvis Brownlee Jr. plays next week. He wasn't even ready to play today. So unless he's going to be the difference maker that I'm hearing he might be, the physical DB that the Jets need, because Sauce isn't tackling anybody. The tackling on his team has been god-awful, so hopefully he can do that. But he's still one of the most penalized DBs in the league, so that doesn't help us with the mental fortitude aspect of playing disciplined football at all. So we play the Cowboys. That's an L to me. The Broncos defense is legit, and this Jets team is totally one-dimensional, and they don't even want to do that right, because like I said, Breece Hall had 7 carries, 53 yards in the first half, and they constantly forget that he exists. Yeah, Justin Fields can run the ball okay, I guess. He had a nice 40-yard game for a touchdown, but that was it. That was it. So I don't expect them to beat the Broncos. The Panthers, okay, maybe. I don't know. Do we beat ourselves against the Panthers? And then the Bengals, I expect us to beat them. Can we at least beat the Bengals before the bye week? But what are we looking at? 1-7? Possibly 2-6? Going into the bye week? This season is over. This season is over. The Browns have been playing everybody tough, regardless of how you feel about them. The Patriots are 2-2 right now. The Ravens are decimated, but do I believe that the Jets could beat a decimated Ravens team? No. So you go down the list, and the second half of the schedule that we thought was going to be light for us, there's nothing light here with the way that we're playing. We don't even look like we could win 5 games. So how am I going to look at the back half of the schedule and believe that the Jets are going to bounce back? We're that bad. And we're getting worse. We're getting worse. So if you guys could relay some positivity to me to make me feel better, I'd greatly appreciate it. But the look on Aaron Glenn's face on the sideline today, watching Richie, and salute to Richie because he's trying to hold it down. I don't have that type of patience for this team. I've seen the Jets a little bit longer than them. I don't have this patience. Maybe I can hit Richie up and see if he could instill some sort of positivity. But I don't see it. I see a 2-3 win football team this year, which is a direct opposite of who the Jets said they would be. It's insane. It's so tough to be a Jets fan. That don't mean I don't love them. I'm not giving up on them. But the tape is the tape. I'm a firm believer in that. We can have all the hope in the world, but what the Jets put on tape is who they are, and it's a bad football team. They're a bad football team. Maybe, let's get into Aaron Glenn. Maybe Aaron Glenn has some positivity he can bestow on the Jets fan base. Because going through YouTube and watching Richie with his live, ain't nothing to be positive about. Aaron Glenn with his post-game comments on the Jets loss to the also, well, they're not winless now, but the Miami Dolphins 27-21. Let's see what he got to say.
You spoke, you guys seem to be on a, even though it was a loss, you seem to come off of that Buccaneer game pretty high. You found a lot of things you fought to to respond like this. I mean, how disappointing is it?
Very disappointing, very. And to me, it was more or less the things that we know that you can't do to win games. We allowed that to happen. I thought our guys played with effort. Listen, I thought our guys understood the ramifications of this game. But man, to go out there and have that many penalties and really pre-snap penalties and turn the ball over, I mean, that was so disappointing this game. But listen, I'm not losing hope in our guys at all, you know. And I'm telling you now, we just got to go back to work. That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
I appreciate the positivity. I really do. I mean, what do you want the man to say? A part of me wants him to tell. A part of me wants him to tell the truth. Hey, we're not a good football team. It's okay to be honest. All this, we gonna get better stuff, and we beating ourselves, and it's week after week after week. And I believe this is why people want him fired. Because it's like, bro, nothing's changing. Nothing's getting better. I mean, damn, I'm okay with if the Jets lose, I'm okay with that. Because as a first-year head coach, you want your own guys in the building. Apparently, you don't want Breece Hall. You want your own guys in the building? Cool. It's going to be a down year? Cool. But what fight did he see because we scored 21 points? I mean, we fought? Are we fighting to not have these penalties? Are we fighting to not beat ourselves? Were you fighting when it's too late? We throwing to Garrett Wilson when it's too late? You down 2 scores with 5 minutes left? Oh, yeah, now it's time to find Garrett Wilson, though. What fight did he see? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm going to keep going back to it because I noticed it, and it was my number one note for the night. Aaron Glenn's face on the sideline told me everything I needed to know about who he feels the New York Jets are. Even he's dejected. He's been the most positive one. Out of everybody in Jets Nation, he's been the most positive, steadfast one. And on his face today, I saw doubt. It is what it is. The Jets are a bad football team, man. The Jets are a bad football team. It's really frustrating too, man. I had a lot of hope in this team. Had a lot of hope, but and I know I'll probably sound insane just saying, "Oh, the season's over," but I mean, after what they show you, I'm a firm believer in believe what people show you. And the Jets look like a 5-win football team if they're lucky. No, I'm going to believe them for who they are, man. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully we can shock the Cowboys next week. And they play with some heart. But like I said, this team is getting worse. This team is regressing. It's not getting better. This offense does have flashes. They have flashes, but they're a completely one-dimensional team. And maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's just the talent that they have on the skills positions because all they have right now is Mason Taylor and Garrett Wilson. That's it. And they have Breece Hall, but they don't appear to be too interested in him being the focal point of the offense. And Braylon Allen, not only did he fumble, but it appears he got hurt. Hurt his knee on a kickoff return. So we don't even know if we're going to have him. So they had no choice but to rely on Breece Hall now, right? I guess. It's all bad. It is all bad. It is all bad for the Jets right now. But that's really all I got, man. I mean, I don't even want to look forward to the game. I'll do another video where we preview the next game this week because I owe you guys a video. for me being sick last week. But man, this game was tough. And it's not even tough because us Jets fans, we're used to losing. It's not the loss that hurt. It's just watching it like it's Miami, man. It's Miami. Mike McDaniels is coaching for his life. Hell, prayers for Tyreek Hill. They didn't even have Tyreek Hill for the whole second half. He got hurt. Prayers up to him. It's a bad injury. I don't recommend watching it again. It's pretty gruesome. And he kind of looked happy, to be honest. It was a little funny watching Tyreek because it was like, hey, man, that's like a career-threatening injury. He was super positive. But maybe he was positive because, hey, I don't have to play for the Miami Dolphins anymore. But even then, that shows you, God damn, we lost to this team. I can't be positive, man. Look to Richie for that. Look to Richie for the positivity this week. All right, I'm sorry. But I got to call it like I see it, man. The Jets are an abomination as a football team. And Aaron Glenn looks like he's totally over his skis. That was the look of a man like, damn, why did I take this job? I love the organization, but why did I take this job? And another thing people are not thinking about, and I don't know why nobody's thinking about this, Woody Johnson is seeing exactly what we're seeing now. So it's only a matter of time before Woody Johnson comes downstairs and he's like, hey, I want to get this together. And remember, we play the Broncos in London. Do you really believe that if the Jets are walking into London 0-6, Woody Johnson's just going to be like, hey, things are going to get better? I don't. Tell you, man, things are real bad in Jets land. Real bad on one Jets drive. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. I wish I could be more positive for y'all because I got so much love for y'all. Y'all support us so much on this channel. And we definitely see you guys as family. We wish we could come up here every week and be like, we lost this week, but it's going to be okay. And it's not my job here. My job here is to keep it real with you. And the reality of the situation is the Jets are an abomination. They are, man. It is what it is. Something that we all got to look in the mirror and accept. And maybe we could get better from here. But I guess at least we have each other, right? At least we have each other. But that's it for me. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. I hope you was able to vent with me. I'm pretty sure everything I said is exactly what every other Jets fan feels tonight. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent about 29, 30 minutes with me. And I'll always appreciate that, man. Make sure you like, you comment. I'm going to be in the comments. I know the video wasn't live. I wasn't able to put them up on the screen, but I'm going to chat with y'all, man. I'm going to chat with y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I know Richie has a busy schedule this week. He has a roundtable event in Los Angeles, actually. So salute to him. Do believe they have a show on Thursday, 3 p.m., if that's still happening. But if not, man, I'll be around. I'll hold down the fort for Richie. Like I said, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Y'all have a good night. Peace.